Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Diane Covington calling from Northern California. I want to ask you a quick question. When you're feeling nervous, maybe not the best word to use, but when you're feeling unsure or maybe a little bit of fear or you're just a little bit scared to say something or get a no, what do you do? What's your go-to? Do you find something else to do, kind of like creative avoidance, like, I'm not going to have time to call that hostess because I have to help my kids do something, or I have to go for a walk, or I have to do something. Do you worry about or think about, what if she says no, and then I'm not going to have anybody else to call, I can't handle rejection, or what holds you back? I guess maybe that's the better question. What could possibly hold you back? I'm going to teach you a couple really, really easy concepts today that I hope they bring you value. And none of these are originals. Everything I ever have had success in this business is borrowed from somebody. So there is a countdown rule where you count backwards from 5 to 1 and you just open your mouth. So I was just in the bank. They just opened this morning and I just went into the bank and I made a deposit, and I intentionally don't use the ATM because I can't book the ATM. So I went inside and fortunately, a female teller was there, and I had a charcoal mask sample in a little itty bitty cello bag with my business card and a piece of peppermint candy with the charcoal mask because it's pre-wrapped hard candy. And so when she helped me, I said, you have amazing skin. I said, how often do you mask a lot? She goes, you know what? She goes, I am really into masks, but I haven't masked in a long time. I said, if I gave you a free sample, would you text me your feedback? And she goes, yeah. I said, is it okay if it's charcoal? And she's like, oh my God, I love charcoal masks. So fortunately, the bank was not busy, but when I'm first thinking about talking to her, I'm like, okay, what do I say? And then what you do is you count backwards from 5. You just, in your head, you think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hi, and you just say hi to them, or you ask them, or you dial, and as soon as they answer, like as you're hearing it ring, you're just going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and as soon as she answers the phone, you start talking. It gives you that ability to just, once you open your mouth, everything will be fine. It's just that first word. And so the counting backwards and having the guts, I might have even gotten that from Thea Elvin, I can't remember, but it's just about just doing it. And so with that said, I want to talk to you guys about the power of one. Some of you are in love with your business right now. You love working virtually. You love doing all the social media. You love posting things. But I want you to think about something. What if, and I'm not anti-social media, so I hope you don't take that way, but with all the algorithms now, when you post stuff, most of the time who's going to see it are other Mary Kay people. Well, you're not going to sell them product or share the career opportunity with them. So what I'm wondering is, if you could start looking at when you post something on your VIP page, as an example, it's almost kind of like putting a flyer on a telephone pole in a busy neighborhood. Will people see it? Sure. Are they going to slow down enough to read it? Maybe. Will they actually pull over and write the information down? Probably not. They might, but statistically, probably not. So what I'm wondering is, what could you do that would impact your business significantly, that would give you the opportunity to really, really make a difference? Okay, so let me just kind of give you a quick example of that. So instead of just posting something on social media, what if the second you hang up with this call, you get a piece of paper and you write down 6 minimum, 10, somewhere between 6 and 10 names of women you know. Could be like the ones that come to my mind is I have 3 sister-in-laws. I have a niece. I have a gal who lives down the street who I don't know super well. I have the lady who across the street who I do know. I'm thinking there's also a lady that I know through a networking group. So I just literally started putting down names of people that if I called and said, hey, it's Diane, I don't have to tell her my last name. I don't have to say it's Diane with Mary Kay. They know who I am, right? So I put down 6 to 10. That was step number 1. Step number 2 was grab my date book and literally fast, circle with a highlighter every place I could book a party. So I circled like 3 daytime slots, 3 evening slots, a slot on a Saturday, and I did it for the whole month. I literally just took a big, fat, pink highlighter and just put circles around everywhere that could potentially be a booking, meaning I didn't have a chamber meeting, I didn't have a networking group, I didn't have a family thing. It was when I could book a party. So step 1 was writing down 6 to 10 names. Step 2, this is so old school, circling it. But with virtual, it's a little bit different because you see, if I only have an hour and a half window, I would normally say, well, yeah, but I can't book a party in Stockton because it takes me an hour and a half to get there. So I'd have to wait till I have a day where I have like a 4-hour window because it's an hour down, an hour back, an hour and a half to do the party and unpack and set up. Now, we don't have to do that. So again, write down your 6 to 10 names minimum, okay? And then you're going to just say to yourself, okay, what am I going to say? You want to convey that you're excited, that you're going all virtual, and you might be a little bit nervous. Those are the key points. I'm really, really excited. I'm going all virtual, but I'm also a little nervous. And you can literally say it just like that. And then say, I'd like to know, what would it take to have you book a virtual party? I do all the work and mail out all the samples. And that's my tag at the end. I do all the work and I mail out all the samples. And then zip your lips and be quiet. And chances are, if it's one of those 6 to 10 people that you could call and just say, hey, it's Carol, and they know who Carol is without you saying your last name and that you're with Mary Kay, I guarantee you somebody's going to say yes. Okay? Somebody on that list is going to say yes, and it's the power of one. So when you get your yes, then you kind of feel like you're on top of the world, right? And then you get another yes, and then another yes. And what happens with those parties, some parties will be small. It'll be the hostess and 2 or 3 people. And then because now we're not limited geographically to who can come to our house, I plant the seed in my hostess's head. I say, well, do you have family that you miss seeing? Do you have relatives anywhere clear across country? And they go, well, yeah, my aunt, who I'm really close with, she lives in Austin, Texas. But I live in Sacramento. And I said, oh, my God, I can mail a package to Austin, Texas. Well, who else in your life is special? Oh, my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Well, what about my niece in Washington, D.C.? I said, sure, I can mail her a packet. So once I get the hostess to start brainstorming, it is amazing. Now, I will tell you what I hear verbally is what I always have heard prior to COVID. So this is not a new thing when they say, well, let me check with my friends and I'll get back to you. So here's what I say to them when they say this. And this is probably the most common objection. So it's probably the one you want to be prepared for the most. And so when Fariba just said to me, well, I'll have to check with my friends. And I said, well, Fariba, let me ask you a question. Is daytime an option or does it need to be evening? She says, no, it's going to need to be an evening. I said, okay, so for you with your kids, would it be better to do it like on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or are you thinking it absolutely has to be on the weekend? She says, no, I could maybe do a Friday or a Saturday. I said, so this Friday I'm booked and next Friday I'm booked. So my thought would be, could we set a tentative date, just me and you, that's good for me and good for you, and then you can run it by your girlfriends, because chances are they're going to say, well, when is it? And so she goes, well, that's true. And so I went ahead and made her like a little Canva or pic collage invite within like 2 minutes, texted it to her and said, well, here, use this. And then I sent, and this is the other key thing with working virtual, for me, this is working for me, may not work for you, but I have her, once they say yes to her, she sends out a text. And I'm more than happy to post it on our Quantum Leap hotline. And it says something like this, like, hey, Suzanne, or no, it comes from her, it comes from the hostess. And it says, hey, I'm so excited about our pampering on Sunday night at 7:30. Please text Diane, my Mary Kay girl, and then it lists my cell number, and let her know your mailing address and your skin type so she can get all the samples that you need. And so she sends that out. So all of a sudden my phone starts to blow up with people going, hey, my name is Carol. I'm coming to Fariba's party. And the next one goes, hi, I'm Joanne. My skin is normal. I'm coming to the party on Sunday. So you guys, we don't chase people. People are chasing us. So as I got these 4 texts, this was great. So then I text them with a picture of me. I'm trying to personalize it. I want to develop a relationship. So once they text me, hey, I'm so-and-so and I want to come, I say, great, I'm so excited. Here's a picture of me, obviously. And I said, I'm super excited about coming. Do you have a quick minute? I've got a couple questions about your skin, even if she tells me her skin type. And I'm going, hey, I'm just checking in. I'm excited. Tell me, what is your normal nighttime routine like? I'm trying to figure out, are you a minimalist, soap and water girl? Are you a skincare girl? Do you have skin issues? And then the lady I just talked to 10 minutes ago, this is like pre-profiling, right? She says, oh, well, anti-aging. So she said she's a minimalist. She goes, sometimes I wash my face with toner. That's it. And then I said, well, so how important is anti-aging to you? And she said, oh, it's important. Now, I obviously wasn't going to say anything to her, but that doesn't make any sense to me. If anti-aging is important, but you're not willing to wash your face every day. So then I asked her a question, and that doesn't happen very often, but then I asked her an important question. I said, so I know I don't know you yet, but I said, so I'm hearing you say you're a minimalist and that you want the fewest amount of steps. In fact, most of the time you don't wash your face, but anti-aging is important. So what would the anti-aging system need to look like for you to be so motivated you do it every day? She goes, I think if it was simple. Okay, well, she just answered my question. Am I going to show her repair? That would be no. It's an extra step. I'm going to show her a 4-in-1 cleanser with a night cream and an eye cream, right? I'm going to show her 3D. But I told her about it, and she goes, really? That sounds amazing. And I said, yeah, those are the samples you're going to get in the mail, plus the charcoal mask and the gel mask. And she's like, okay. I said, well, I can't wait to meet you on Zoom on Sunday. And she's like, okay. And I hung up. But the power of one party, you guys, it gets easier and easier every time you do it. The first time you got on a bike, you had training wheels. Take the training wheels off. If you've been on your national or your directors, or if you've been on a watch party, realize a virtual party with a hostess, in my opinion, is easier than getting people on a watch party. Because when they commit to getting samples and they want to be a part of it and you talk to them, oh my gosh, it is so much fun. And then everyone wants to book off that party. So last month I held 7 parties and I sold a little over $4,000. And off of those 7 parties, a couple of them were booked off of each other. But this month, right now, I already have 6 parties booked for the next 2 weeks. They are all with women that I did not know 30 days ago. One is with somebody I do know. The other 5 are all with women 30 days ago. They weren't even in my life. They are parties booked off of a party. So I want you guys to know, if your date book is not looking like you want it to look, right, and you've got big goals for March, you want to be a star consultant, and maybe you don't have a lot in for the quarter. Maybe you've got in $300. Then, man, set a goal, get focused, make that list. So just to recap, make a list of a minimum 6 to 10 women that know you, or guys. Guys are good. Guys know a lot of women. Guys know other guys. It's all good. Figure out when on your date book are you available, and then count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just hit call. Just call them. And I'll tell you, I think your enthusiasm on a call is going to have a lot more weight than a text, but you do whatever's going to bring you joy and whatever you think is more effective. You guys, it's that simple. It's that easy. And I know you can do it. And it starts with that one first yes and that one party, and it builds from there. Thanks for listening, you guys. Have an amazing day.